guys, and welcome. Something's not right. We are not on Creator by Nature. We are here at IzzyBee Crafts. Give me 1 sec. That's better. Okay, hi there, I'm Izzy and welcome to IzzyBee Crafts. And yes, you can see my face. Normally, you only see my hands. Now, I already made a video with my mom on her channel, which is Creator by Nature. I'll leave a link to that video down below in the description box or up in the iCard or at the end of the video. But today I am going to be doing a more in-depth review of some products that my mom got sent from Stationery Pal. I'll leave a link to their website down below. This video is not sponsored by them and they did not send them to me, they sent them to my mom. But my mom picked out a few things for me. So for those things, some of those things, I'm going to be doing a more in-depth review. I also have a second angle. So I'm going to be like looking down. The thing that I want to test out is the Micron pen. It has Micron pigment ink and it is waterproof and fade proof. So I'm going to be testing it out with watercolors on watercolor paper. The watercolor paper that I am going to be using is this watercolor paper. It is cold press watercolor paper. I've kind of fiddled around a bit with it earlier and I do like it. I haven't used watercolor with it yet, so that'll be a test. What I've found with it is that the end of it kind of feels like it's gonna end up fraying over time. Especially for what I'm gonna be using it for, it feels like it's gonna be fraying because I'm gonna be really flicking it because it's a brush end. And this is what the brush end looks like. And I'm gonna go in with my watercolors, which are these watercolors. If you guys want to see a review on these watercolors, I will gladly do so. It's not bleeding, which is a good thing. And it says it was waterproof, so that's what I was expecting. It is waterproof. I don't know how well it's going to last over time, but I do like the way the watercolor looks on top of it. It didn't lose its pigmentation or its opacity with the watercolor over top of it. It still stayed very black, which is good because when I'm going to be using it, I'm going to want it to stay really dark. So next I'm going to be trying out the watercolor pads. So I Google translated it and to see what it roughly said. And these are supposed to be college grade watercolor pads. It says that these are Academy watercolor paper pads. Both of these have 20 sheets in it. They are 100% cotton, acid free, and it has the natural white pigmentation and it's naturally textured. This green paper pad has 200 GM. And the red paper pad is 300 GM. They are both 180 by 120 millimeters. So I'm really excited to see how they are. So when you open these, it does have like a little open tab in it because there's like a wax layer or a glue layer or something around it. So you have to peel this first colored layer off like this. And just pull this off. It's very nicely textured. It's a lot more textured than the cold press watercolor paper. I'm gonna go in with the blue this time. Blue is pretty. So I'm gonna try out 3 different techniques with watercolor. We have dry on dry, and then I'm gonna do wet on wet. So dry on dry is just you put watercolor on dry watercolor paper. Wet on wet is where you brush on water first onto your watercolor paper, and then you brush on your watercolor. And then when you have the water laid down, it makes it so that the watercolor can move a bit more freely. Yeah, I really like the texture that it gives that the paper has. And so the red paper pad just has the same paper piece on the front that you just peel off. The red paper pad is a lot more like hot press watercolor paper. The green pad was more like cold press watercolor paper. It has a lot of texture to it. This one is really smooth, so that means that your watercolors aren't going to take on that texture like it does with the cold press watercolor paper. So I'm going to do the same thing, wet on dry first. And now I'm going to do wet on wet. Very nice. We'll see how that will dry. So let's see how these watercolors are doing. They are basically dry now. So again, this is the textured one. This is the smooth one. Yeah, and the watercolors stayed very vibrant on the watercolor paper, which is really good because sometimes when you use watercolors on watercolor paper, you could use it and it could be like a really bright and vibrant color when you first put it down, and then when it dries, it can dull. So the next thing that I am going to be kind of just looking at briefly is a pencil case. So this is a really nice pencil case because it is super compact. It has a nice pouch in the front, and it came in multiple different colors. I picked out the one that is cream and light pink because pink is my favorite color. So it's also nice with this front pocket is if depending on your phone size, you could fit your phone in this front pocket as well. And when you open it up, it has a nice zipper pouch in it. And then it has some elastics in it for your pens and pencils. With these elastics, you could also double up on the pencils because they are so stretchy. I did that in one loop of the elastic. And I really like that because then that way you can fit even more in it. Then when you flip that piece over that has the elastic loops on it, it has another compartment which you can fit some more bulky stuff. So there is another zipper. You just unzip it, and now you have a wider pencil case and you can fit more stuff in it, which I really like. I thought someone was watching me for a second. Nobody's down here. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you want to see the video where I made this, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description or up in the iCard or in the end of the video. Yeah, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to go check out my mom's channel and the video that we made together on her channel. Also, follow me on Instagram at IzzyBee_crafts. There will also be a link in the description. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!
I'm gonna turn off the camera.